Hello everyone. It is once again that time of year that The Witcher Netflix curses us with a new Witcher Netflix season, but this time just in time for the spooky season. So if you're ever feeling like you're not scared and not wanting to like jump out of your body because of having like a visceral like reaction, season 4 is coming out, I think October 30th. So, you know, Netflix really coming in clutch, huh? Anyway, as all of you have informed me, we have a new trailer. Usually when approaching trailers and stuff like that, and, you know, any media in general, really, I try to keep an open mind. Even if I'm skeptical of something, I think it is important to let the work speak for itself without making preconceived notions about it. However, I let the work speak for itself for 3 seasons, and like I said, after the stuff that they pulled off in the 2nd season, girl, the only reason that I'm watching this is so that you don't have to. So with that being said, I decided to pull out my traditional Slavic shirt to help remind any viewers that The Witcher is in fact Slavic, which is a fact that Netflix seems to really want to obscure for some reason. But yeah. Deep breaths and let's watch this Witcher trailer. I really hope Netflix doesn't demonetize this video because that will just be the cherry on top.
Geralt, you've spent a lifetime battling monsters and men.
Okay, I see what they're doing. So I think what they're trying to do is to make the audience assimilate to this new Witcher. So I think the purpose of opening up with this scene, which is how they opened up season 1, the Kikimora fight before he goes to Blaviken. I think they're trying to do that to just kind of, you know, make us, I don't know, I guess reimagine the scenes that Henry did with Liam. Oh yeah, by the way, do not send any hate to Liam Hemsworth. Do not send any hate to any of the actors or, you know, like people involved. I think that is really mean. They're just doing their jobs, and, you know, you have to get money somehow, so... yeah, just don't send any hate to the actors, please. I really don't think they deserve it.
Your entire being is dedicated to finding someone who you fear you failed. Your ciri.
Okay, that is the scene from the ending of Time of Contempt. Unless they already did that at the end of season 3. I do not remember the bar fight. I don't know. I don't remember. I genuinely don't remember. That's how forgettable it is. Does this mean I need to rewatch the first 3 seasons? Would you be interested in me rewatching the first 3 seasons with you guys and giving live commentary? Let me know.
Always lost, never found.
She's not who she says she is.
Okay, why do they keep repeating that? That's another thing. This is actually something that I find very funny in the Netflix interpretation of The Witcher. They take these like random quotes and they just keep repeating them, thinking that they're super profound and stuff. Yeah, well, at least I see that Ciri is talking with Missile, so I guess they are trying to build something up there. With her opening up to Missile, so I don't know. I guess that's good.
She's not who she says she is.
None of us are.
Are those the rats? Oh no. Hey, I mean, I guess Iskra looks kinda like I imagined her. So I was recently informed, and by recently I mean on my latest live stream, that there will be a Rats movie. Okay, for my mental health, I try to stay away from Witcher Netflix stuff just because it makes my brain rot a little bit, and you know what? I don't really need to spend my energy on this, so I just try to stay away from it unless I'm making a video about it. I was informed that the Rats TV show that they had planned, which obviously got cancelled, which I thought that it was just cancelled, period, but apparently they're making it into a movie that's gonna drop like the same day as season 4. I think that would have been the coolest idea, like to have a little rats spin-off of how they formed, because I really found that interesting in the books. However, not made by this team. Is that
We are joining Go across the continent to reclaim that.
What a company I've ended up with.
See, this makes me so sad because I see the Hansa, I see Pegasus, I see Milva finally with some arrows and a bow. That's a really big upgrade from season 3. But I see that and I wish it could be good. And that's also the reactions that I had to whenever Redanian Intelligence would post like behind the scenes photos that like they got from there's this battle on the bridge at the end of Baptism of Fire, which is such a incredible and also fan favorite scene. And I get so excited about stuff like that because it's like you're bringing to life, well, my initial reaction is, whoa, they're bringing to life this thing that I've imagined for years and which is so important to me and is so incredible, and people that don't read the books can experience it now. But then I remember how they tried to have Yennefer kill Ciri. I remember how they turned Geralt into a mute grunting machine, turned Dijkstra, this really intelligent man who is able to be, among sorcerers, sorceresses, kings and queens because of his intelligence, and they turned him into a bumbling fool. And so I just know, because I just don't trust them. They lost all goodwill. Like, it broke my heart. And I just know that what I see in the trailer, or, like in an image like this, is another thing that will just be ruined, and I find that to be quite sad. But
Joining Go across the continent to reclaim that.
Okay, whoa, that's such a weird way of saying it. Reclaim her? Reclaim her? I don't think that would be said in... Okay, reclaim her? Like she's an object? Whoa, 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 whoa. So the reason why I'm reacting like this is because that's kind of like the point, everyone but Geralt and Yen and the Hansa, they want to claim her. They want to claim her. Nilfgaard wants her. The Lodge wants her for different reasons. Everyone wants her. But Geralt and Yen just want to save her. They don't want to claim her. What an odd use of words. Again, no hate to Liam. Do not hate on Liam. But, and I know that this is either the script or the instruction that he was given. But the fact that it's like, oh, what a company have gathered. At least that's kind of what I'm getting from the delivery. No, like the point is he genuinely doesn't want them at the start, I guess.
Something is shifting on this
Anya
continent.
looks really pretty.
Bogafort is gathering an army. Whatever he's up to.
Whoa, how did they write Toussaint? That's kind of funny. Tooth Saint.
Whatever he's up to, Ciri's at the center of it.
She will be mine.
Can we win this fight? We can if we build an army of our own. We need to save.
Sorry, why? Okay, so you're telling me... you are telling me that Yen and Francesca, powerful sorceresses, if not two of the most powerful sorceresses, some of them anyway, are battling with swords. I just would like you to all remember, even by Netflix logic, which there barely is any most of the time, but wasn't there a scene, just help me jog my memory, in their depiction of the Battle of Sodden, where I believe it was Coral that just collapses all the infantry with her magic. Why would sorceresses why would they need that? That's very odd. Let me see that again.
We can if we build an army of our own.
Also the fact that they're building whoa, wait, is that the actor for Lambert? The Witchers are training the sorceresses to fight. I think that's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. I have to laugh. If I wouldn't laugh, I'd be crying. But I already did that in season 2.
We are stronger together.
You'd abandon a life of peace to join me on a death march.
Until the day you die.
Okay, question. So there's this one beautiful scene. It is one of my favorite scenes in Baptism of Fire, and it's the scene between Regis and Geralt, and they have this conversation about, you know, you're a vampire and I'm a witcher and I'm supposed to kill you, and it's one of my favorite conversations, and I really think that that is the conversation that people like gravitate towards and go back to when they think about why Regis and Geralt like become friends, even though it's such an unlikely pairing. I wonder if that is their take on the conversation.
You did not mention anything about an ominous graveyard of death.
Let's fucking move!
Guys, I know what they're doing. They are referencing to Crossroads of Ravens, because that's where Geralt has many very funny moments where he says like out of pocket stuff and then he's ridiculed by it. You know, at that point Geralt is 18, but maybe the show, the writers were just like, oh yes, this is how Geralt was. This is Geralt. Let's bring him back, without like realizing that he's 18 in that book. Maybe they skimmed it. Well, they probably just skimmed. Well, they didn't skim. That's even saying too much.
What if I can't save her?
So sorry. Okay, first of all, I just okay, two things. So, the music choice. I knew that they wouldn't include anything Polish or Slavic or anything like that, because why would they? You know what broke my heart? This is like kind of a tangent, but there was one time, I think maybe 2 years ago now, that I was talking with this girl in my college, and I mentioned The Witcher or something, and she was like, oh really, I wouldn't like have known that like I wouldn't have guessed that you're so passionate about it. And I'm like, oh really? And she's like, yeah, I mean, it's just this like random TV show by Netflix. And I'm like, well, yeah, but it's allegedly based on these books and my culture. And you know, The Witcher was written by a Polish author, Andrzej Sapkowski, and I'm very passionate about it because I think, frankly, what they did to the source material and how they treat it and how they treat my culture is rude. Like, so yeah, I am passionate about it. Her reaction was, wait, what? The Witcher is Polish? And just the fact that that was her reaction really like killed something in me. It really, yeah, it just made me so sad, because I can tell you right now, there is not a single person who played the CDPR games and was surprised that The Witcher was Polish. There was not one person. I refuse to believe that there was a person who had that experience. So even though CDPR was doing a retconned continuation fanfic, I guess, of the books, they still maintained the spirit. They cared for the soul of the story, you know? And it's just really sad. So that was one thing. And then the other thing, I think I saw Sabrina Grlevisi using a bow and arrow. I have to laugh. Lodge of Sorceresses? More like Lodge of Archers. This is ridiculous.
Will humanity survive another day?
Saving someone.
See, okay, and once again, I'm getting too excited because it's giving Leo Bonhart. Is that the Leo Bonhart scene where he's like parading her around, and oh my god, like I get so excited because Leo Bonhart is one of the best villains I've ever read about. And I'd love to, it's just so sad because it's this constant like building up of, oh my god, this would be so cool. And then you remember But they fed Eskel to the wolves, didn't they? Am I making that up? I really need to rewatch. Well, I don't want to, but again, if you want me to rewatch and give you like live reactions / reviews of the seasons, let me know. It's just so ridiculous. They turned Eskel into a tree. So why should I believe? I don't believe that they'll do anything good. And yet there's still a part of me that wants to be a fan, that wants to be happy and love it. It's just really sad. It's exhausting. Alright, this is actually making me much more sad than I thought that it would.
It's the most important job.
The Witcher is in a state of flux. You are becoming something new.
Today we fight for our future!
Oh my god.
How will you be reborn?
Reborn? As Liam Hemsworth, apparently. Okay, another thing. Are we seriously having Voldemort battles? Is that how we are showing female strength and like girl power in this season of The Witcher? Yeah, October 30th. Just in time for Halloween, something to scare us all. Couple more thoughts. The entire Yennefer thing, I really think it was a mistake. Again, I'm saying this as someone, I think my brand on YouTube, if I may say so myself, is that I am the #1 Yennefer supporter, defender. I love her. She has influenced my life so much. I looked up to her so much growing up. And not even like that she's like a good role model. It's not that, but it's just, like the confidence and she is quite an odd, specific lady, and I would honestly say that about myself as well. But I learned to be comfortable in that, and I learned how to speak better. For the longest time, so she's famous for only wearing like black and white, and I really couldn't find myself in terms of clothing like in high school and middle school, and I remember there was this one time I wore Converse to school in like 6th grade, and there were these like light blue Converse, and the girl that had the locker next to me came up and said, "Oh wow, finally you're wearing something that's fashionable," but so then when I found The Witcher and like Yennefer, who's just in my head just this like paragon of beauty and everything, and she wears only 2 colors, and I was like, oh my gosh, this could be a life hack. And so I started only wearing white and blue. For the longest time, I only ever wore white and blue because I think that there are colors that looked good on me. And finally people like stopped talking to me like about what I wore. And anyway, what I'm getting at is I'm coming at this from a perspective of I love Yennefer. Like I love Yennefer. Are we seriously that shallow? Are we seriously that shallow that we need to portray female empowerment as women creating an army? And mind you, not as sorceresses. We have Sabrina using a bow and arrow. We have Yen and Francesca fighting with swords. What else? Are we like seriously? Why do we need to? I hope this isn't like, I don't know. I hope this doesn't get taken the wrong way, but do we seriously have to portray women having, do we seriously have to portray female strength in the same way that we portray male strength to have that be considered as valid female empowerment? I just think that's, to be honest, I think that's offensive. To be honest, I think that's, shallow and dumb. Yennefer does not create an army. Why does Yennefer? This is actually another thing that I think Neon Knight pointed out, and I haven't been able to see it since, forget it since, but why does, all these other people's accomplishments have to be given to Yennefer to make her seem more interesting? The hero of Sodden, Vilgefortz, that's now Yennefer apparently. The foundation of the Lodge of Sorceresses, that was Philippa, but no, here it's Yennefer apparently. Is Yennefer, in their minds, not interesting enough as a character to exist based on her own merits? But she doesn't exist even on her own merits in the show, because she's just, I just find that to be so sad. I just find that to be so sad. And now she and the girlies starting like a brute force war, training with Lambert. I think that is so unnecessary. I think that is so unnecessary, especially when you compare that to Yennefer's journey in the books and how she defended Ciri in the books. I think that what she went through in the books with how Vilgefortz treated her and stuff like that, I don't want to spoil it just in case, but I just think that her strength through resilience in the books is so much more empowering than seeing her fight with a sword. And the fact that they ignore, they already ignored, so, you know, but they ignored so much of what made her interesting. I really think that they fundamentally misunderstood her. I go on rants about this in my Sword of Destiny summary video. Do they just not know how to read with comprehension? I'm sorry. Do we need to portray her strength in the same way that we would portray a man's strength? Do we need to do that? I just think that is so shallow and so, I don't know. We have Ciri. Like, we actually have Ciri. Ciri can fight with a sword, you know? That being said, Ciri, you know, is supposed to be on this loss of innocence arc, and was she ever that innocent to begin with in this TV show? I don't know. So, yeah, they couldn't really commit to that either. And then Geralt and the Hansa, they're clearly regressing to where Geralt was in in Crossroads of Ravens. Maybe they had like time machines and read the book ahead of time. I don't know. Please don't send any hate to the actors. It's genuinely not their fault. Yeah, I don't know yet how I will cover this season. I put up a poll on Instagram asking you guys if you wanted me to react to it and give you my opinions on it. And the overwhelming answer was yes. So I guess I have to be the lamb put out to slaughter. This Halloween is going to be very scary for me. I, to be honest, don't know what else to say. So yeah, I guess that's it. I guess that's the reaction. Bye-bye.